Hey, traders, good Friday to you. Good to see y'all for real. Where stock market was closed today, commodities closed today, futures closed today, but crypto still alive, still active, still open, kind of, right? Where very little price action on Bitcoin, you know, and but then again, there's a couple that like, wow, things that needed to happen have begun to happen. And I guess we can look at those since there won't be across the markets today. But yeah, it's Friday, man. So Bitcoin 40,469. Trying to make a higher low locally, like really locally, and even majorly locally, I guess, right? And that's kind of what we really need to happen, because if it can happen, it's really the daily that's the low, then the higher low. And you're trying to break 40,665. You're testing it again. Can we please stop playing this freaking game? This game where it's support, it's resistance, it's resistance, it's support. So I'm losing my mind here, all right? So I guess we could start maybe plotting this here, because it'll be another day in the books of negative momentum waning. 3 in a row now, that's good. So it's actually developing. You've stopped building negative momentum. You're losing it now, good. So for real, a pivot here could be incredible. Another consecutive higher low, more accumulation, and then you're getting above inflection point. Inflection points from history. God, and that's kind of it, man. I mean, what else can I do in a 24-hour period where there's been very little activity on this asset and most assets on this market? And here's Ethereum, that has been in a naturally better place because it is above the inflection points, not below them like Bitcoin. And from its previous low from March 7th, let's just say from February 24th, from the low to high, Bitcoin lost 80% of its value, whereas Ethereum only lost 50% of its value. 30% better performance from the second largest crypto in that period of time, which is like 3 weeks. All right, so you can understand why the argument's better for Ethereum because of all those things. And the same type of argument, it's not as good as Bitcoin, actually, because that one day where you lost, you start building negative Movo again. But I think you could start talking about the argument more. You get another couple days of positive price action, it'll be really nice. But yeah, still a lot of negative Momo. I got to see that really wane here, okay? And you'll do that if you pivot off this level. If you regard what was once a resistance, support, resistance as support again, that will become very real, and you will catch some really nice bids off of this. And so you can't really lose faith yet. I mean, it's not in there's no problems till you fall below 2,500 on Ethereum. It's still really good, and it's even better than Bitcoin. Ethereum to Bitcoin, not really doing it. I figured we would be See, we never made it back up there. If you can't make it back up, then it's not real yet. So you could still, whatever. If you ever see the top of this trend line again, it's a partial decline confirmed. You just couldn't do it, could you? You were 0.56% away, and then, Ethereum started selling off a little bit more, and Bitcoin held a little bit better on the US dollar pairs. So all of a sudden, it's like, oh boy, you don't want to break the heart line, because it's almost like left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then neckline here. Okay, well, yeah, that could be actually happening. It just depends here. Okay, you're still okay till you break this heart line. If you break the heart line, you're probably going down to 7.3 million sats. But either way, really long-term uptrend. It's beautiful. That's just the 4 hour too, so I'm not really that worried about it. I don't care if you pull back. You keep pulling back, and as long as you make a higher low than 6.4 million sats, doesn't matter. It's all good. Long-term uptrend. And here's total. There it is. There's your hidden bullish divergence. Oops. What the heck happened? What is going on? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, really, this is such a freaking insane chart. That high is You broke it, and now you're formally back testing it successfully. And on the successful back test, the bullish edge is developing across the entire market. 1 low, 2 low, 3 lows on a spring back test could be absolutely incredible, incredibly bullish. So, I mean, the stage is set. If like these altcoins can make higher lows, it's just gonna require Bitcoin to not collapse. That's it. It'd be so easy because if Bitcoin just doesn't collapse, all these altcoins will pivot, making their formal higher lows locally on the daily. It's discernible, and that's like accumulation. Because a lot of them, most of them actually made lows, then their lowest low, then they had huge rallies, and now they've been selling off, losing 50 to 88% of the value. We got to pivot, man. We got to pivot, making a higher low. That would strengthen the living crap out of the argument for this whole total chart. All right. It's beautiful. Remember, back in September, what happened? You back tested it perfectly, just like you're trying to do now. And there wasn't really, my God, I guess if you're from this low to this low, you did have hidden bullish divergence in the end, right? Yep, so I mean, same thing's kind of going on here. Nice. Where are we? BNB, right? BNB kind of a little ahead of Bitcoin Ethereum on its hidden bullish divergence development. Performing very well. February 24th, right? So remember, Bitcoin lost 80% of its value from its February 24th low. Ethereum lost 50%. Binance Coin lost the equal amount. It also lost 50% and no lower. So equal performance to Ethereum, which means outperforming Bitcoin since that date of February 24th. So could very well, if Bitcoin like rallied and didn't collapse, and this was gonna rally and break 430, then it would probably outperform Bitcoin on the way up. I hear a car alarm that sounds like mine. I really hope it's not. Because it's like, why would my car alarm be going on? Okay, that's it. I wish something changed from yesterday, day before. Not really much anything except more divergence. Or just like the argument is strengthening on its development, which is nice because that implies continuation upward. And if you give me a macro higher low, that's exceptional. Okay, what my car? Nice. All right, BNB. And then what's after BNB? XRP, without a doubt now. There is no, I mean, it's at this point, XRP separated immensely from Solana and Cardano, where it is now $37.5 billion market cap, whereas Sol is only 33 billion now. XRP really nice, 7% up on the day. Where it had to hold, my God, it did it. It did it, man. That's great. That's like, oh my God, 69.5 cents, and it's nice pivot, man. That divergence is there. And it's just a confirmation low higher than the previous low, which solid. That happens. So if you could keep this up, wonderful. And I mean, you probably, if this is a real pivot and Bitcoin doesn't collapse, you probably go into 91 cents again to test it. Then all of a sudden, we could start, you know, talking about accumulation with a sell wall, ascending triangle. Nothing wrong with that. Fine, give it to me, man. But I think that you need that for a reaction low to see that top again. Really keep going. Very good. P and Sol, which didn't do much today, up 0.3%. Really, you know, this one's very unclear still. I mean, I get it. I think at any point it makes a higher low. We're in business, man. We're in real business for an actual, I think like this higher low getting put in will confirm a macro bottom. Accumulation is there. Like, this is the macro bottom, but I don't think the macro bottom's confirmed until this next wave down ends up being higher than the macro bottom. So very important for a pivot to occur soon. Yeah, it could keep selling off. It could go down to like 82 bucks and still fine. Still making higher low, technically. But you would think that like a Bitcoin's gonna rally this. Whenever Bitcoin rallies, Sol will rally too. Wow, it's like unbelievable, right? So crazy. I mean, Cardano, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not really separated. I don't really feel that comfortable yet at all. Like, kind of like a free fly. I mean, at any time she could just swatted down, you know, destroyed, break 92 cents, and there's nothing there. Nothing there until like 77.7 cents. Yeah, well, of course, if you pivoted, same argument, HBD. Just going to keep saying that. Hidden bullish divergence is HBD. I have to say it a trillion times in these streams now because I'm looking at one asset. I'm looking at almost all of them. And Luna, I guess. I mean, I hope it holds. Cool, it'd be absolutely legendary if it held and then develop that pattern. Luna's down 1.88%. It's in its own league. Remember, it's in its own world on the way up, and it seems the way down. Where I think the target here, no matter what, it's going to be $75, $76. That hadn't changed. Okay? Not changed. The weekly tells a little more ominous of a story. Bearish and golden candle, all that stuff. Bearish divergence on the oscillators. Pretty bad. Pretty rough. But at the same time, it outperformed everything on the way up, so can't really be that surprised. It is decoupled from the macro, up and down. Okay, those are your bigger coins. This is normally where we would switch it to the index funds, but they're closed, so we do need to look at Hex. Hexicans rejoice. And we were here just yesterday, talking about this being the absolute most strategic entry area you could ever dream of if it was going to be a bottom. Just because we don't know if it's going to hold, but we certainly know that it's easy to strategize a stop loss entry and take profits. And it's up 11.48%, beginning to separate from that major inflection zone. It seems like Richard Schuler got the memo, and the other CEOs of this chart. This is it. I mean, like that, the bottom could be in. Now, what we really need to do now, if you believed that and maybe you're in it, we got to see Hex break 16.4 cents. That is your local previous high. Doing that would be incredible because it's like you put in now a higher low, right? Now we get a higher high. All of a sudden, whoa, things might be changing. No more lower lows, lower highs. And then you eventually test this beautiful supply line around 17.2 cents. You break that. You know, I mean, you're talking 22 cents, and then maybe eventually 33 cents again. So this was such an incredible area that market participants have been defending over and over and over again, and now once more. But this time, from the low to the next low, this is higher. So accumulation, more market participants owning the asset in the past few days than in March. So not bad. Not a bad start. But this is kind of how it happens sometimes, right? We were looking at CEI yesterday and this right around the same time. And it's like, it's almost the same picture. It's like the same type of methodology of buying low, maybe selling high eventually. So, yep. I don't know, Rarible, it's up 8% today. Maybe I'll make a higher low, man. Dude, a back test of a spring would be unbelievable. What would happen? I mean, we need to make an NFT of Rarible if it does the same thing it did at the same level. from a year ago, right? Or not quite a year ago, almost a year ago, right? This was here. This is all identified, documented. And what if you're doing it again? How incredible, dude. Like, what if? What if a back test of a spring and a right shoulder and then hidden bullish divergence? It would be divine almost. Okay, cool. Just notable gainer. So EOS, unreal, dude. Unreal on EOS. Look at this, man. Unreal. I hope you understand what 223, 241 means. If you don't get it, if you don't know what that means, you're about to, and maybe that'll be like good for you because you watch the stream on a Friday, on a Good Friday. Right? This is a clear level of inflection that goes all the way back to 2019. And it's been a battleground area, and buyers have defended this. And when they do defend it successfully, you get absolutely insane rallies. Well, market participants are trying to defend this right now, and there is a bullish edge. Momentum is shifting on this asset, and it's all happening at a pretty strategic area. So, I mean, you understand if this is actually real, then the target's 388. 388 on EOS, meaning from where it is right now in time, 60 to 75% upside on EOS. It would be a macro higher low that we haven't had. We have not seen a higher low. You know, I mean, you did see one September 30th. You rallied, made a lower high and dumped again. But something's changed because you made the low, I'm sorry, the high, the lower low, then a higher high than your previous high. Now a higher low than your previous low. That is trend reversal stuff in development right now, and we're just seeing it at its lowest risk areas. Like, you don't really know, oh, nice rally, man, oh my god, it's so good, but that's not that was the lowest low. So you sell off and all of a sudden you make a higher low. Things are changing on the market, at least for this one. And of course it would all fail if Bitcoin collapsed, man. No one's arguing that. Like, but yeah, I just don't. You don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to. I'm doing all I can, right? I mean, to articulate this, feels like September 2020 stuff. XLM's trying to do the same thing. Same thing. We made the low, then technically the same low or an actual slightly lower low, but all happening at inflection point with massive bullish divergence, incredible variables, a combination of variables, wonderful. And now on the nice deep retrace, there it is, from the low to the slightly somewhat higher low. That is implying a pivot and continuation here, and that would be, again, a first that you needed, that you had not done. It's cool that you show double bottoms, confirmation lows, but then it's like you rally and it's like, okay, cool story, bro. You can make double bottoms, make lower highs than your previous high, and then roll over again, make lower lows, and it doesn't matter. It's invalid potential double bottom. So this is a really big deal because this will be a new piece of data that really strengthens the confidence of a bottom being put in. It's just, Bitcoin is really just, you know, not as clear. I mean, the altcoins are showing more clarity than Bitcoin is, man. Really. Ethereum's showing far more clarity than Bitcoin. So, but what we've learned is, like, just pay attention to what Ethereum's doing, and it's gonna dictate what Bitcoin eventually does next. And if that's the case, then then probably Bitcoin's going up because Ethereum's back testing $2,900 to $3,000 and hidden bullish divergence is developing really well, and it's outperforming Bitcoin. I mean, so okay, that means Bitcoin up next, because other times when Ethereum shows signals for a reversal up or down, it plays out on Bitcoin and it plays out on Ethereum too. So, okay, then that means Ethereum's saying up next, then so I guess Bitcoin up next, right? Wow. Wow. Monero, not going to pull back. It's too strong, too powerful. It's going to 283, 292 eventually. And that's it. You had your chance. and you missed it by a lot, right? Entry the trade setup. It's up 53% in 40 days, so you're not going to get a pullback probably on this one. The best entry was there. It was literally handed to you on a silver platter. You know, more people were watching back then than they are now. Isn't that hilarious? You know, more people watching my analysis on Monero or anything, you know, back in early March than they are now. Right, more people watching when these bottoms happen than they are now, when there could be a massive development occurring across this whole market with a higher low. Macro, local, higher, low. Link, pretty trash compared to most, but yeah, I get it, dude. Oh, left shoulder, right shoulder, maybe. It's pathetic. I hate the lower high, and then just, it doesn't really, it's really not that special to me. I don't really care. I'm sure it will rally like everything else, for sure. But there's just nothing technically superior about Chainlink to anything else on this market. No, there are better assets out there than Chainlink, technically. That's it. You know, a matching neckline, not a downsloping one. Backtesting support. I support this. This scrub is below critical areas. It's trying to, I guess, backtest July 20th low or something. And yeah, sure, hidden bullish divergence develops if it actually pivots here. Who knows if it pivots? It'll pivot if Bitcoin pivots. It'll pivot if Ethereum pivots. That's it. It's Chainlink, dude. Who cares? Litecoin. Very interesting. I mean, my God, dude. You wanted another chance? Here's your chance on Litecoin. You'll come back. I mean, if this all plays out, you'll come back. A stream like this that I'll private this stream. Come back to and be like, God, my God, why didn't I watch this stream? Why didn't I even pay attention? What was I doing on Good Friday? When Litecoin was literally successfully trying to make a higher low, back testing an inflection point, and buyers were defending this area. Where this is like the absolute lowest risk area ever. You could ever get, kind of, right? In terms of harmonic complex structures and momentum shifting. This is it, dude. I mean, this is as good as it gets for a setup, so. There's TRON that really whacked out. I don't even know. Like, I mean, sure, it's showing like hidden divergence, I guess. Higher high, the same low, but this same low is higher than this low. So it's still fine. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of XRP locally. Somewhat, right, we don't even have to regard it as a triangle. You just think about it hits the pattern completion zone and then it rallies, then it sells off, then a higher low, then a nice rally again, a higher high. Now the same low. That's fine. That's literally fine, dude. Thanks, man, for the 420. Okay. Tezos. Pretty, I mean, you know, of course, it's going to show the same thing, same variables as everything else, but, you know, like the same continuation implied. Hopefully it pivots here. I mean, it's still fine. This is like still actionable trade setup areas, triple bottom stuff. It'll rally if Bitcoin, Ethereum rally, and that's it. You ever break 394, could be off to the races. I don't know. It's, yeah, 394 to 445. Yeah, still fine for now. You know, long-term uptrend pre-COVID demand line been holding, and it looks fine. SNX doing something spectacular that we got that initial pop. Right, this is an active trade setup that hit its first target, and that was it. It hit one of the 3 targets, and it reversed violently. It lost so much value from that first target. People took profit, but there's still more market participants that own this asset than they did in March and January. So accumulation, if this can hold, I mean, like if Bitcoin doesn't collapse here, which again, if Ethereum is telling us what Bitcoin's going to do, Bitcoin goes up next, not down. Because Bitcoin's just really not giving us that clear of like an edge besides the hidden bullish divergence and development on the daily. So this is good. The low, right? you've been making lower highs, lower lows. The low, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high. About the same low. Not good enough yet. Then a higher high. Now maybe the first higher low. The first. Momentum shift. Bullish divergence. So that's it. SNX. I mean, it's trying to present a very, very good variable that we haven't seen. Uni's also good. Well, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you get it, right? Like, what was its most recent discernible events? I mean, the lowest low of the entire sell-off and kind of like a lower high than the high from February 10th. Not as bad as Chainlink, not as good as Basic Attention Token, right? But still, kind of symmetrical, matching up with that left shoulder from January 24th. Momentum could be shifting potentially, and everything's there. It's implying a continuation would occur here, and it would be very, very good. This could be like you are when you do and you rally, and maybe I think you break 1215. It is like a confirmed macro bottom, right? When you bottom out and then you show accumulation after you bottom out. So 13 bucks, 14 bucks, that's gonna be real tough to break. If you ever break that, the upside's almost unlimited. Like it's almost like, oh, you double in price. Wow. You know, you just think about it, right? I mean, this is a long-term, if you flip the chart over, long-term downtrend, complete reset, okay? Complete reset on this asset from the high to low here, right? Near 88% retraces. God, everyone getting in wrecks every like 5 minutes, man. Every 2 minutes, people getting in wrecks. So, right? I mean, if it's a bearish trend and you're presenting a bearish pattern and you're now showing hidden bearish divergence on finally a lower high, you could imagine like first target 13, 14 bucks if it rolls over here. Now you haven't really, you know, truly pivoted yet. You've shown some green candles, man. That's not really where, that's why I'm like still cautious, still kind of being careful here, because it's just, it looks, but you know, what happens Monday rolls around, we just start, you know, the QQQ collapses, you know, below that support, when we start really selling off. These altcoins probably going to sell off with the Qs. Bitcoin's going to sell with the Qs, but I'm just saying, man, it's better than freaking nothing,
I don't have any requests, but want to show support. We all appreciate you being here every day, even though it may be detrimental for your mental health. We love you, Mitch.
You got that right, man. Stupid. It's like really stupid that I do this. Really dumb. I just got to figure out more things to do, you know. Thank you. So, right, I mean, that's the argument. It's a pretty solid argument. I mean, you're at deep retrace reset levels in the uptrend, and you're showing all the variables. Like, we're in days of past, old cycles. This is a lot of times how this stuff begins. A lot of times, it's how this is what reversals look like. It's just like this, you know. And then moon. I mean, dude, just like going back, right? Just, it's all hindsight now. Like, get out of here, man. Just get the F out of here. I mean, whatever, you can say hindsight. But we were here in real time, 7 days a week, looking at these things, monitoring. Like, look at this. You know, no one knows, man. No one has any idea. Oh, then we run, man. Then it runs. Then it plays out, you know?
Peace.
Oh, come on. Like, give me a break. Like, OMG. Like, oh, we don't know. I mean, there it is. There's all the variables, the bullish divergence, everything. Everything's there. Bull reset, confirmation low, and seller exhaustion. And it plays out. It means, right? Hadn't done it this time. Not yet. Working on it, by the way. This is OMG that is doing exact same stuff. It's trying to shift its momentum. Thanks, dude, for the 5. Hidden divergence, you're above 439.
Stream. Have a good weekend, brother.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, Mr. LinkedIn, for the 3s. Yep. Right, so I just, of course, nothing's certain. Of course, it could just fail because Bitcoin sucks and it's just going to dump with the Qs, but it's pretty interesting. I mean, like, God, imagine not paying attention to this stuff developing now. Imagine taking a break. That's so stupid, dude. Look at this, man. I mean, I could keep going. ONT, wow. Like, 3 rising valleys or something,
It's
you know?
China to me, China.
1, 2,
Wait,
3.
too much opium. It's dangerous. 0.0285446.
It's not hopium.
LTC.
It's literally not hopium. It's just literally me identifying variables, man. That's it. Thanks, man. Thank y'all. Right, so just saying, look, man, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Like, it's trying to hold. February 2019, December 2019. These are levels where massive runs have occurred a lot, like almost unlimited amounts of time. So you're like back at the lowest risk entry area ever again.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $151.84. Good Friday. Hope everyone is doing well.
What's up, crypto hoarder?
0.050000000ETH.
Thank you, man, for the 150. Happy Good Friday. Thank you, man. I mean, it really like is a Good Friday. Like, dude, look at this. I don't even know what else to say. Like, well, there was that time, man, when we, you know, back in 2019, where it held this exact same effing level that it's holding right now and showing accumulation after completing a harmonic. Well, you know, it just happened to run up like once, 136% in 22 days, but then it pulled back, then it rallied, eventually went up 234% in 56 days. Right, that happened. And then the exact same level we're at literally right now in holding and MAC testing successfully with hidden bullish divergence. It hits this level and then it goes up, my God, 131%. And then what happened? It dumped and got back to the same level. Then what did it do? It went all the way up 125% in 49 days. And then over and over and over again. And here we are. And people aren't watching the stream. It's like, what are you doing? You're not watching the stream now. You should never watch the stream. Get out of here. Well, the people want to get out of here. They can't hear me because they're not watching. Unbelievable right here. Unbelievable. This is as good as it gets for a low risk, high reward opportunity on an S coin where you could literally double your money in a very short period of time. But dude, like, people will watch here. People will watch when all the assets are doing this crap. Well, no, they're not going to watch now. They're not going to watch when this asset is at the actual best entry area maybe ever. Screw them, dude. Screw them. Whatever. Look at this. Look at this. KSM, dude. Unreal. It's ridiculous, man. You're back above. Look where you are. $159.30 isn't a joke. It's not a random number. It is a level where historically major things have happened. And you're trying to tell me you're getting back above it. You're also showing hidden divergence, right? You're doing that. You're showing these things. And yes, we need some more follow through. Absolutely. But dang, dude, on a Good Friday, very sneaky, getting back above it quietly, and edges developing, and something that hasn't happened in a long time is happening. What? Your first macro higher low, right? Your higher low than the previous low locally. Momentum shift. Okay. Dash is okay. Dash is like, oh, it's doing the same thing, right? What did it do? It made a lower low than previous low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low, then double bottom. And then we were here. And I was like, dang, man, that's showing all the divergence. Dude, this has got to be it for at least one bottom. It rallied like crazy. And it was unbelievable, right? The first target of the trade setup, screw me, I know. First target of the trade setup was $142. It got to $138. So I was off by like 2%. And it never broke that beginning. And that's in the zone. It was the zone. You know, it never broke it. It never got to the top of the zone. Screw me. But that's okay because it's not dead yet. And it's like because now something that hasn't happened in a very long time could be trying to develop here, which would be the same thing I've talked about on all these other coins, which is seller exhaustion and a higher low. A higher low, man. Like, you had the seller exhaustion classically. Now you're getting the continuation. Seller exhaustion. Great momentum shifting stuff. So. Okay. Maker, another unbelievable one, dude. Like, I don't even know what to tell you, man. I don't know. Like, sure, it could all fail. We'll go to zero, whatever. But do you get what's happening? You hadn't made a higher low in a long time, man. Locally, I mean, look where do you understand this? Look left. It's not a joke. 2018, the old all-time high, January 2018, yes. And there's the wick high too. But you're in this clear battleground zone area. You made a low, then you made the same low, then you made the same low again. And then you rallied, you made a higher high in the previous high. Now you're about to make a higher low, which what is what? Oh my God, the trend could be reversing. Because that's what a trend is, consecutive higher highs, higher lows. Well, my God, dude, you hadn't made a higher low yet. You made the same low, not good enough. But then you made a higher high. Now you make a higher low. Oh yeah, trend's reversing. It's beginning to reverse. It's almost the same thing. I mean, on so many of these, at their lowest risk ever areas. Yeah, it could go a little bit lower, and you could afford that on this one, just a little bit. But that's what's going on, man. And the upside potential is almost unlimited. Almost unlimited, man. We're talking like 91 to 100% upside if it can get back above $2,000. Saying. Wasn't, what do you mean? It was amazing? You mean it is amazing right now as I'm speaking to you. It just hasn't gotten to the realized amazing point. It just is at a technical specimen area where, oh, dude, we'll look at it like this. Well, I don't know what's going to happen next, man. What do you think happened? And then it's at $3,700 in 3 weeks. And it's like, oh, wow, that TA was respected again. I can't believe it. Why can you not believe it? Neo's another one that's like ONT. They're kind of like the same market participants, I think. It's the same potential three rising valleys. Okay, not quite. It's not a formal harmonic. It never went to the 1272. But it's the low, the higher low, and now a third higher low. And here's what's interesting about this third higher low is $21, $20.90. This is not a joke, man. The peak from June of 2019. You're getting back above it on the third low, and you're showing hidden bullish divergence. It's the most subtle, quiet. This is how it begins, man. This is how it starts. Like, year low viewership, year low like count, year low chat engagement, Patreon numbers drop off. It's like the same thing. It's like over and over and over again. And as soon as everyone's out, they've quit, they've capitulated, these things develop, no one's wanting, then boom, then they're gone, and it's just like, oh wow, welcome back, welcome effing back. I have to be nice, right? I guess I shouldn't be nice this time. If this happens this time, I'm not gonna be nice. Done with it, man. Stop abandoning this stuff when it's at its actual bottoms. Like, these are trying to imply macro bottoms. I mean, the third valley, there's hidden bullish divergence. That's the wombo combo. And just the fact that you're breaking back above a critical ice line, that's even more insane. That's a wombo tombo combo, right? That's crazy. This is insane. And then you got DOT, Department of Transportation coin. That same thing. It's like, it's not really that perfect. It's not that great, but it's like, again, what did you do February 24th? You happen to make the lowest low of the entire correction. Is your trend reversed bullishly? Is momentum's beginning is trying to shift now. We're trying to put in our first higher low now. The hidden bullish divergence is implying that it will end up acting as the higher low. And it's just, you're at this inflection point. If you can break 1940, the upside could be insane, like crazy, right? Potential inverse head and shoulders at the beginning of its development, like, because it's the right shoulder. Like, you can't say we're gonna make an inverse. We're at the beginning of the development of the inverse head and shoulders on the head. You have no idea. But now it's like, yeah, you can start saying, we can start theorizing that this could be trying to develop here with the oscillator. Mob, you don't have to buy or long a Chinese coin, dude. Who said you had to? Because all these coins are very similar, if not identical. Dude, Brad, a lot of them are already active trade setups that we got in at the first low. Many of them are. It's just like, oh, now it's happening again. Now it's like we got in on the divergence, the 886, what we know about all that. We got in at those. Those are like the entries. But now, yeah, of course, more development. Sure, they could be like re-entries, maybe, like where people add to their position or something, you know. KNC is another world, though. It's not really like, you know, it's just stupid. It's like crazy. It's not actionable for long. It's 52-week highs, maybe multi-year highs, and I think 520 is the target. The 1272 from the high to low here. But eventually, my God, if it's a freaking crab pattern, you're talking about a 1618, which would be all-time highs at 631. $6 is all-time highs, I think. Yeah, right there. From 2018. I mean, that could very well be where you're headed. Based on the wave structure, kind of seems like at 382 at B point and the higher low on C. Yeah, that's a textbook potential crab, and the crab patterns, PCZ, pattern completion zone, is the 1618 at 630. And there are others. I mean, I could just keep going, man. I can go all day. But why should I, though? Like, what's the point? Like, I mean, GRT trying to do the thing, trying to do the same momentum shifting stuff. Where when's the last time it made a higher low? Last time it made a freaking higher low, maybe September. And after that higher low, wow, look what it did. So you're trying to do it again, man. After hitting the lowest risk areas ever, now you show formal accumulation with the Wombo combo, right? All right. So yeah, you got less than 10 minutes till your daily candle close on this Good Friday. Thanks for being here. I don't even give a crap if you hit the like button, bell sub. It doesn't even effing matter. Whatever. But thanks for being here. Be right back. 2 seconds. Yeah. Those were some good ones I'd looked at. I don't know. I mean, comp is an active trade setup, well off the entry, and I think this thing's done selling. I think the bottom's in. I think the bottom is confirmed in, right? Where how can it not be? Like I'm just wondering, like what world are you living in TA world, right? Where this isn't a very real bottom being put in. We now are showing accumulation. We're showing a formal harmonic momentum shifting structure, the Bulkowski structure. You're above the ice line. I mean, it's literally unbelievable. It's like such a wonderful structure there that developed. Stages set for much, much higher prices. We're talking minimum 221 from here. Really, man, it's just like, look at the price action in between 110 and 266. It's all, it's like every time straight up, straight down eventually. So, dude, I need value. It's like, what about comp? Comp the trade setup that's active. Like, what do you want? It's not really played out all the way yet, but what do you have to be patient. This market is built to take money from impatient people and put it in the hands of patient people. So I can't help it. I can't make you be patient.
Thank you for being here, Mitch man.
Thank you. Thank you, dude. Sirens, more and more sirens every 5 minutes, man. People just trying to get in wrecks, dude. Like, how do I get in a wreck? Let me see. Who's on deck to get in a wreck? It's like almost like jury duty. Okay, today you will get in a wreck. You have been selected to be in the wreck. Okay, cool. Been driving for a year. I've never been in a wreck, man. Like, okay, so I know you get it. It's not their fault. It was someone else's fault. Yeah, exactly. It was always someone's fault. I don't know, man. Comp's amazing. I don't know. Yeah, it's great, dude. Bat is another one that's trying to shift its momentum to whatever. Maybe it doesn't. For real, maybe it doesn't, dude. But I'm just saying, it did a full reset. 300 days of this stuff going on. It may fail, but this is what it looks like before it doesn't fail, right? All the time from history. So oh yeah, is there a full moon or something? You get it? Anyone? Are we even is this the same stream? Are y'all here? The meta coins, I don't really give a crap about them. They don't really look that good. Like, I'm just saying, mana and sand just almost look like they could sell off more, and it really wouldn't be weird. These, it's kind of weird. Like, what? You're making a higher low and hidden divergence? That would be kind of weird that it dumps more, man.
Loving these great setups. Have a good weekend and enjoy yourself, brother. Much love. 0.00118268 BTC.
Thanks, Pat, for the 47.98 of BTC. Thank you, dude. Much love. I'm just talking about like sand. I look at it and I'm like, distribution with a buy wall. It just doesn't look good. It made a lower high than the previous high. It's making the same lows. That's just not good. That's just not near as good as anything else that we're looking at. Okay, it's in its own, these are in their own leagues right now, showing distribution of the bottom. That's like descending triangle behavior. I get it. It'll probably triple bottom and rally if Bitcoin rallied or something, but whatever, man. OXT is another one that's just like, yeah, just make a higher low, hidden divergence, HBD. You know, it's two lows, like a confirmation low for a big rally, confirmation low for a big rally, confirmation low. It's the same low. The difference is like these confirmation lows are higher lows. This recent double bottom that we saw was the same low. I mean, you made literally the same. So we make a higher low here. I think it's more similar to what we saw in late December, late July. So you make this higher low here. I think the Momo shift, and then you go to 34, 37 cents. You ever break that, it could go absolutely insane to 75 cents again. So pay attention to a higher low here, and you're in good shape. So then you got yourself VeChain, same thing, man. It's just like, it looks great. It looks pretty good. I mean, like, this is as good as it gets, kind of. I mean, what could you ask for? Are you trying to tell me a higher low, another higher low with hidden bullish? This is like actionable for trade setup where your target is very simple, 9.5, 9.8 cents, man. You see? Does anyone see what I'm talking about? Like a level. And then you broke it with no confirmation. Now you're confirming that it's support. You're doing that. You've done that before. A couple times you confirmed the support. What'd you do? You went up 15, 18 cents, 19 cents.
FTM?
Yeah, sure. If you want to see it, I don't really give a crap about that. It doesn't really look that special. Oh, it's making a double bottom, man. Like, whatever. This is it, man. I don't want to tell you. I mean, good luck. Good luck. If you're just not paying attention to this, get wrecked. You should get wrecked, right? I mean, it's like, if this is like, we're looking at this on stream, you're just like, I don't give a crap. It's like, good for you, dude. Because it's probably, if this holds here, 9.5. That means what? That means, on the asset that's being longed, you could make 53 to 65%. That's terrible, dude. That's trash. Who cares? Let me get in on these S-Coin Finance Smart Chain trash scams. When VeChain's literally at like the level right now. Whatever, man. $50 seconds till you're closed. Cool. At least there's only one request. Yeah, I mean, here's your FTM. I mean, bullish convergence, I guess. Trying to hold this level from December 5th. Figured it'd be way more strategic at 8.7 or 87 to 96 cents, but it never got there. Maybe it's too strong, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's a type 2 return on a higher low. There's your new day. So I guess if it held, upside could take you straight up to 165 to 188, 194. Sure. There you go. Right. I mean, they're just like better looking assets. They're just assets that are just, I don't have to ask any questions because some of these assets out there are literally touching their supports after they've broken them for the first time and regarding them as support with hidden bullish divergence. Like all this other stuff on this one, I don't even like, who cares? Who cares about FTM? Like really? I mean, cool. Ooh, this is going to rally because everything else rallies too. It's not special. No one gives a crap about FTM and it doesn't have the best argument. I don't care. So it's like, whatever. Cool story, bro. It rallies at 117, 18, whatever. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, cool. It did not close above 40,665. That's okay. So, yeah, you're just butting up against it again with hidden bullish ever. If you don't collapse today, my God, the argument's getting stronger and stronger and stronger for maturing hidden bullish divergence on the daily, which is really good. This is what you want. If the TA is respected and it's about, I mean, maybe get a couple more days, feel way more confident to where it gets closer to neutral, but it's not bad. I mean, one low, second low, actually local higher low, some more accumulation here on the second low, and now another higher low. My God, it could be so good. And then failing to get back down to the bottom of the big channel we're in. It's not bad. I mean, all the altcoins are saying, yeah, like we either moon now. I mean, it's time to moon. But Bitcoin's kind of like, oh, I don't know. But Ethereum is. Ethereum's good. Ethereum's telling us the things we want to see for bulls. Yeah. That's it, dude. Cool story on Bitcoin. Ethereum, I mean, it just closed another day above $3,000, which is interesting. I mean, it's, you know, you're not out of the woods yet. I mean, you could easily go to 2,900 and it's not going to be that crazy. Massively outperforming Bitcoin. I mean, you can clearly see the gray zones. That's why I plot them, so it's very visible, and you're above it, and you're holding above it. Give me more of this type of price action. And we'll continue upward. We'll pivot and we'll rally here. That's it. Oh, whatever. Yep, sure. All right. I'm out of here. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for the likes. Thanks for the, whatever. Thanks for the contributions. And yeah, have a good Friday.
Bullish on wrecked coin. All the people getting in wrecks. You demand. I'm in so many of these setups. Juicy. Ready for normie city up in here in time. Then more people wrecked. Spin, smiley face.
Hey, dude. Yeah, not spinning. Like, but thank you, man. I'm not looking forward to it. God. The sooner they come in, the sooner they leave. So, whatever. But thank y'all. I'll be back. Respect the T. Hey.